guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock. It's time for a Magic Rant. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about an interesting subject. And I'm hyper aware that there's a certain amount of irony with me doing a video, giving my opinion on something when the something is what I'm about to talk about, but it'll all become clear. What I'm going to talk about today is people that go online and make blanket statements about a particular topic or a particular subject when A, they have no experience or knowledge in that subject at all, or B, they give their opinions as if it's gospel and there's no wiggle room at all, and what they say is the be-all end-all. Now, I give a lot of opinions on this channel. I give a lot of advice. You know, I've talked about how to create set lists. I've talked about how to deal with hecklers, how to control nerves. I've done tons of videos on stuff like that. But when I'm doing that, that's just my opinion. I've also done lots of rant videos where I talk about, hey, I wish magicians would stop doing this. And hey, I don't think YouTube exposure is a problem. And again, that's only my opinion. I say over and over again on the review show, and every video I do, I say over and over again, it's only my opinion. It doesn't make it right. I'm not saying that I'm correct. But what I am saying is when I do a video about a particular subject, you know that I'm being 100% honest and open about that opinion. And right now I'm seeing a whole bunch of posts in various different places that just kind of confuse me a little bit. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you a couple of examples. So I was in a Facebook group, and I'm not going to name names, and I'm not going to name exactly where, but I was in a Facebook group the other day, and somebody was asking for some advice on a particular subject. Actually, I can give you two examples here. Somebody was asking advice on how to run a kids' party. And somebody went on and gave advice on how to run a kids' party, and it was completely incorrect. Like, it could not have been more correct. Like, take it as somebody who knows how to run a kid's party. This was the worst information I've ever seen. And if somebody followed that information, what would happen is they would try and run a kid's party and they would die on their arse, simple as. It was terrible advice. But this person was giving the advice as if they knew exactly what was going on. It was a kind of a case of, well, this is what you need to do. As if they were the most knowledgeable person on the subject in the entire world. So I went and looked at their profile and I looked back at some of the posts they made, and literally 3 months before, they put a post on this same Facebook group saying, hey, I've never done a kids party before. I'm a close-up magician. Can someone give me advice on how to run a kids party? And then a month before, they posted saying, hey, I've got my second kids party or something. So reading the posting history, it looks like they've got 2 or 3 parties that they've done total. You should not be giving advice. Well, actually, no, that's wrong. You can give advice if you want to, but you need to make people aware that this isn't your area of expertise, or it's a journey that you're just beginning, because then people can weigh up the validity of that advice. You know, rather than kind of putting all of the stock into this advice, which is blatantly wrong, they can instead go, okay, well, this person's saying this, but there's this person saying this who has been doing, you know, kids parties for 20 years, and the advice is massively different. Maybe I need to kind of consider which advice I want to listen to. But you see it all of the time. On all social media, and it's not just magic, but obviously because this is a YouTube channel for magicians, I'm specifically talking about it happening within the magic community, but it happens absolutely everywhere. People giving advice when they have absolutely, completely, and totally no business giving advice on that particular subject because they don't know what they're talking about. I saw another piece of advice on a different Facebook group, again for magicians, and somebody was asking about Google AdWords. Now, I know about Google AdWords. I've spent the best part of 20 years running PPC ads on Google. My companies spend a lot of money on running ads on Google. I know PPC inside out, back to front, upside down, left to right. And I could sit here and spend hours talking to you about Google AdWords. I don't actually manage our Google AdWords accounts. I've got a company that does it for us because it takes so much time and effort to do it properly that if I just manage the Google AdWords accounts myself, I would have no time to do anything else. And I'm a very big believer of time management and really maximizing your time. So I have a company that runs the company Google AdWords accounts for us. But one thing that I can tell you is it's a fine art. It's not just a case of dropping 100 quid on an ad and letting the gigs roll in. There's a lot more to it than that. And I saw in a Facebook group somebody saying, hey, I want to get more work. I'm thinking about doing PPC. What advice can you give me? And there's people out there, there's magicians out there that are very knowledgeable about Google AdWords. There's a particular magician, kids entertainer in Kent, or might have just moved to Essex now, called James Reckons, who's a great guy and a real expert when it comes to Google AdWords. The person that gave the advice didn't have a clue about Google Ads. Absolutely not a clue. And the advice that they gave was completely backwards to what the person needed to hear. Just completely backwards. If you'd followed that advice, you would be literally, it's the equivalent of taking money, pouring petrol on it, setting it on fire, and just watching it burn, which is a big problem when it comes to Google AdWords for a lot of magicians. And the advice was completely incorrect. And it happens all of the time. But it's not just about advice, right? It's not just about giving advice. It's blanket statements as well. So there's a magic review channel, which I'm not going to mention. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. And recently, the subject of my masterclass came up on that particular YouTube channel, because I'm currently doing a masterclass with Vanishing Ink in December. I've just filmed the content for it, and somebody went on there, not the guy whose channel it is, but somebody went on there and said, I can't believe Craig Petty's getting a masterclass. How could this have happened? Maybe he'll teach his shocking double lift. Maybe he'll teach his shocking double lift where he lifts his thumb up at the back of the deck or something like that. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. The thing is, and I'm going to do a separate video on this at some point, so I'm not going to talk about this too much right now. I am going to be getting to this at some point down the line. But the bottom line is, could I do a strike double? Yes, right now, I could grab myself a deck of cards and do a strike double perfectly. Could I do a push-off double? Yes, probably not as well as a strike double, but I could do it pretty well. The reason I've always used that type of double lift is because in the real world, when you're performing to real people, nobody notices at all. It is surefire, it is quick, it takes literally a split second, and nobody notices. And you know what's hilarious? What's hilarious are the people that make statements like that have normally never performed at a gig in their entire life. I go into gigs and I'm loading cards underneath people's bums on tables. I'm pocketing and putting cards in different pockets and in top pockets right in front of them. I'm loading full decks underneath boxes. I'm loading full decks into boxes. You can get away with so much in a real gigging situation. When you're performing to real people, you can get away with almost anything. Some of the stuff that I do, and you've seen my videos, some of the stuff that I do is so incredibly ballsy. But I get away with it because I love that type of magic. So you think that a spectator will see me lift up my thumb at the back of the deck to get a double, but they won't see me load a card under a box or an entire deck into a box or load a deck into somebody's pocket? I do you do the surefire technique, and you rely on misdirection. It's the perfect example of what's the best pass. The best pass isn't a Hermain pass or a classic pass or a turnover pass or a midnight shift. The best pass is the pass that happens when they aren't looking. Understanding the principles of misdirection, understanding the principles of direction of attention, on beat and off beat. This is the stuff that I study. And yeah, have I done a strike double in the real world? Absolutely. Many, many times I've done a strike double in the real world. But a lot of the time, I don't need to. And I'm not ashamed of that. And making statements like that is what stops people from going out and performing in the real world. I've had so many people message me and comment on this channel and say, oh, thanks to your advice, I'm going out and performing to real people. And I never had the courage to do that before up until this point. And that's what I love about this channel, giving people the courage to go out and perform. And it's people that make statements like that make people believe that you have to have the best double lift in the world in order to go out and be a working professional and do a good job. When in actual fact, people like that make that sort of statement, they've never gone out and performed in the real world. They'll never put a video up online, ever. They'll never put a video online. You won't find a video of them performing. They happily criticize other people, but they'll never put a video online of them performing, ever. And for anybody who's new to magic, or anybody that's been in magic for a while, and you're nervous about going and performing, don't be. Don't listen to people like that. Don't listen to people, because here's the thing, and this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. Here you go. Magic is easy. Honestly, my 9-year-old son goes out and stands on stages in front of hundreds of people and smashes it. My 9-year-old son has a restaurant residency where he goes out every single week and absolutely kills it. He's 9. There are other people of that age that can do it as well. I could literally take anybody off the streets, and I'm going to do this with Matt. Matt in the office, he doesn't have a clue how to do magic. I'm going to take him into the office and I'm going to teach him 3 or 4 simple tricks. I'm going to teach him a couple of self-working card tricks, and I don't know, I'll teach him 3 or 4 simple tricks. And then I'll send him to a gig and I'm going to video the whole thing. And I guarantee you he will get a great reaction, and I guarantee you he will smash it, because what Matt is good at is he has experience as an actor. And the stuff that magicians obsess over, like, oh, you're going to have the perfect double lift. That's the stuff that couldn't really matter at all in the real world. The stuff that matters in the real world is becoming a friendly guy, getting people to like you, building up a relationship with the people you're performing for, and presenting the magic well. And that's what works in the real world. And talking about presenting the magic well, and again, I'm going to do a video on this at some point. I've had the same review channel. Somebody went on there and said, "Oh, I'm sick to death of Craig and his hack lines." Now, I've had this before. I've heard people say that before. Oh, Craig and his hack lines. Well, guess what? I have been one of the busiest working magicians in the world for the last 28 years. By using those hack lines. I have had clients repeat book me over and over and over again because of those hack lines. Those lines that you go, oh, I hate it when Craig says, is that fair? Is that fair? I hate it when Craig says, are you a magician? Have you ever helped a magician because you're not helping one right now? I hate it when Craig says this and this and this and this and this. Well, guess what? The people that I perform for, the people that book me and their guests and their clients, they have never heard those lines before. They genuinely laugh out loud. And when they do, they book me. And then more people book me and more people book me. And I can guarantee you that my company has had more, that anybody who says Craig's hack lines, anybody who says that, I guarantee you my company has had more bookings in 1 week than you have in an entire year. And prove me wrong. Go ahead, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I guarantee you, and for anybody who thinks that hack lines shouldn't be done in the real world, for anybody who thinks that you need to spend 5 years working on a perfect double lift before you go out into the real world, I tell you what I'll do. Anybody who believes that, anybody who wants to put a shitty comment in the comments down below, anybody who wants to create a fake profile because they haven't got the balls to actually say who they really are, anybody who hasn't got the guts to actually speak to me at a convention and instead wants to hide behind their monitor and they want to just say this shit in the comments down below, anybody like that, I offer you a challenge. I will go to any gig anywhere, and here, I'll pay your airfare. You can come over here, or I'll go over to you. I don't really care. I will go anywhere, and I will perform an ambitious card. I won't even do anything creative. I'll do an ambitious card routine, and I promise you, every single time I do a double or a triple, I will do my shitty get ready, and I promise you, I will fill that presentation with nothing but hack lines and jokes that you've heard a million times before. You can go and do whatever the hell you want to do. And then we'll ask the audience which performance they thought was better. And I guarantee you that the performance that they prefer will be the performance that I gave. Because those hack lines and those shitty techniques that you talk about have literally taken me around the world and back again. But put your money where your mouth is. Because you see, the reason I'm making a deal of this is it's not about me. I don't care. The reason that I'm making a big deal of this is because I see people reading this shit. I see new people into magic, and I see people with very little self-esteem that are worried, oh my God, they want to go out and perform, and they can't because they're worried that they're going to do a good job. And they read comments like this. And they think, oh my God, I'm not ready. I need to script the perfect presentation. And maybe if you're putting a theatre show together, maybe if you're going to be on Broadway or the West End, this is not the approach. But for an average close-up gig, I'm telling you right now, the most important thing to do is just be a nice person and go out and have the guts to go out and perform. Get flight time and you will get better and better and better. If you then want to improve your technique, if then you want to add new lines, then please go ahead and do that. But don't let some anonymous dickhead posting on the internet about hack lines and about bad techniques stop you from going out and performing, because those people haven't got the guts to actually say who they really are. Those people are the sort of people that just like typing away on a keyboard to make themselves feel important, because in reality, they have achieved absolutely nothing in this industry. And that's a fact. And if you want to prove me wrong, don't just comment down below with the hate. I've heard it all before. Don't comment down below with, oh, Craig, why don't you upload a video of red? Why don't you comment? Don't comment down below with more hack one. Put up or shut up. Actually say, I'll take you up in your challenge. Let's go and do this. Actually, don't just talk. Actually, show me. Show me that what you're saying is right. It's the old expression, isn't it? Don't tell me you're funny. Make me laugh. Don't tell me how to do magic. Show me how to do magic. And if you don't want to meet, upload a video. Do something. But you won't, will you? Because you're affecting new people coming into magic by talking absolute crap. Magic is easy. Anybody can do it. How you become successful is you spend time learning how to be a nice person and getting everybody at that gig to like you. So we need to stop spreading disinformation. I'll give you one more example before I go, because I'm kind of done with this. In that little tete-a-tete on that review show, the guy whose channel it is comes back and says, hey, let's hope Craig puts a little bit more time and effort into this masterclass, and then it won't be a flop like his Penguin Live. Let me tell you right now, my Penguin Live wasn't a flop. Your channel might not have liked it, but the reviews have been fantastic. People have really loved it. And unless you've got some prior knowledge of sales figures from Penguin, unless you're actually in Sean and Mandy's back pocket and you've got access to the Penguin back-end systems, you have no idea what you're talking about. But spreading misinformation, like saying something's a flop, that is based on your opinion and your opinion only. It's not based on facts. It's not based on sales figures. It's based on your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion, and that's absolutely fine. But let's not say that your opinion is gospel. Let's not say that your opinion is the be-all and end-all, because everybody has an opinion. I have an opinion. I don't think I'm right all of the time. It's my opinion, but I could be wrong. This whole rant that I'm doing right now, I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong. Your opinion that it was a flop based on your review, it was not a flop. By the way, go check out Penguin. I have been in the top spot of Creator of the Year, top list of creators. I think I'm at second now because of David Regal. Thanks, David. But I have been in the top spot for Creator of the top creators on Penguin for the best part of a year, based on having 2 releases and a Penguin Live with them. It's not like I've bought out a ton of products. I've bought out Chop, I've bought out Keymaster, and I've brought out a Penguin Live. And those three products alone have kept me at the #1 spot at Penguin for the best part of a year. So next time you tell people that my product was a flop based on nothing more than your opinion, then maybe you need to think twice. Maybe this whole review thing isn't for you. Maybe instead you need to do something else. I don't know. But try not to be as biased. That's the advice I'm giving you. For everyone else, here's the thing. There are new people getting into magic all of the time. We should encourage them. People that want to go out and they want to perform and they haven't got the guts, we should say to them, it's easy, because it is easy. I was talking to Matthew Wright about this. Going out and performing is easy. It is not a difficult thing to do at all. It's taking that first leap. Once you have the guts to take that first leap, then it becomes addictive and you end up wanting to do it all of the time. So my advice to anybody is don't listen to misinformation. If somebody's giving you an opinion on the internet, that's fine. Take their opinion. But remember, it's just an opinion. And that goes to anything that I put online as well. It's only my opinion. It never, ever means that it's a fact. Do some research into the person giving you some advice on the Facebook page. Just do a little bit of research into them. Are they coming from a position of authority? Do they know what they're talking about? If they're giving you marketing advice and they posted 2 months before saying, can someone tell me how to get gigs? I've got no gigs. Maybe you need to question that their marketing advice is advice that you really want to take. If somebody's posting about how to be an amazing kids entertainer and they've only done 2 shows in their entire life, maybe you need to think that their advice might be not worth taking. By all means read it, but it's not worth taking. Maybe. And for anybody who's out there posting about, hey, hack lines, you don't want to hack line, you don't want to have you need to make sure, whatever it is, here's the thing. People say, how do you get so many gigs? I'm telling you right now, here's a little thing for everybody who reached the end of this video. How do you get more gigs? It's simple. By going out and performing. Be so good that they can't ignore you. I'll say it again. Be so good that they can't ignore you. Okay? It's like YouTube. Somebody says to me, how do you set up a YouTube channel? The best time to start posting on YouTube was 6 months ago, when you first had the idea to post on YouTube. The next best time to post on YouTube is right now. But I haven't got a camera. Get an iPhone. I don't know what to talk about. Have a go. Just have a go. Because the video that you put up that's not great, that you kind of half-arsed, is still better than the video that never got put up. But it's the same with performing. Don't let people's negativity stop you from going out and performing. You can perform if you want to. Anytime you want to, you can go out and perform. Don't worry about having the perfect double lift. Don't worry about creating the perfect line that's not a hack line. Go out and perform. Get flight time. Get better. Get experience. That's the biggest of advice. And don't let any negative bullshit affect you. There are people out there that want to put you down. There are people out there that feel bad about their own existence. They feel bad about their own lives. And the way that they can make themselves feel better is by making other people feel bad. Here's the thing. When people talk about you behind their back, they are behind you for a reason. And that's all I've got to say about that. So there you go, guys. That's another Magic Rant in the bag. Do me a favor. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. You want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to be back again tomorrow at 6 o'clock with another Magic Live. And I'm going to be back at 9 o'clock with another video. I'm going to be here for the whole of the rest of the week. So strap in. Keep watching. I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.